My name is Dawn, and we are combining the best of stream TV and the best of underground music right here in my basement. Whether you've heard these artists or not, whether you know them or not, you may have heard them on Adult Swim singles, you may have heard them on Spotify, SoundCloud. You may not think you need to know them, but you do. We bring them here live, uncut and unplugged, and they play for you. But I did not come alone. I brought someone with me. His name is DJ Jock. What's up?
What's up,
What it is, what's up? We are doing this.
We are.
Yes, welcome to Underground Swim with my homie, DJ Jock. I'm excited. We have someone from where I'm from, born and raised, New Orleans, Louisiana. We have DJ Leonce. He's going to be here.
I'm excited about that.
I'm excited.
Remixes are crazy.
Yes, he's dope. He really combines some of the dopest bounce music. Bounce music, if you don't know, it's originated in New Orleans, Louisiana. It's really cool because we've kind of had that as a culture ever since I was a kid, where people like Katie Red, people like Hot Boy Ronald, PNC, they create this really, really incredible sound where bounce music, the beats per minute is really high, the booty shake. It's what we're known for, and he does a really good job of taking some of the best songs you hear and remixing them and making them fit our style, which is the best style. Shout out to New Orleans, Louisiana. But have you heard him?
Yes, I have. There's one remix that he did that I love. It's SZA.
Yeah, he
The
remixed SZA.
Weeknd. Yes.
We're going to talk to him about it. And if you aren't familiar, you guys, it's really good that you really learn that all the songs that you hear, all the stuff you hear in mainstream is taken from cultures of different cities. And I think Atlanta and New Orleans have a very thick and strong culture that has been stolen from a lot of mainstream. And people don't recognize those people who have really kind of paved the way. So I want to talk to him about his inspiration with bounce music and why he chose to keep that staple in his DJing. And he happens to be on one of my favorite labels, Fade to Mine.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of Fade to Mine, I was lucky enough to work with them. Shout out to Fade to Mine. I did an EP called Infrared that was with them. I kind of taken a break from my own music, and I wanted to work with some producers that were new and fresh, and Fade to Mine was really dope. And Infrared, it's on iTunes right now. It came out. I was really excited about it because it was an R&B feel. And, you know, Fade to Mine's work with people like Kalila. And you can hear like a 90s influence within that sound, a very spatial sound. So shout out to Fade to Mine for having Leonce on the board, on the little crew that they have, and for just rocking with me and my music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you're off to Redemption.
I am in Redemption. I had an album. People don't know, if you don't know who I am, I was an artist that was with a girl group, DK, which was very mainstream. And then I said, okay, after 10 years of dealing with Puff, I said, I'm going to go on my own. And I started doing the indie thing. And the indie thing is not easy. It's not an easy thing.
You're killing it.
Yeah, I call it indie but major. And I'll give you an instance of how I'll tell you why indie is not easy. I wanted to have a dope set. I wanted to look like I was Dead Mouse and have fireworks and shit.
Yeah.
But that costs money that I did not have. If you don't know, indie people are mostly broke. So I had to figure it out. So they told me if I got a production team, it cost about $30,000 to have them travel with me to tour. I don't have $30,000 unless I strip like on a consistent basis.
I'm saying that's always
if
an
our
option.
players club it out, I might could get it. So I decided to learn how to set design. So I build my own sets now. So that's what indie but major really kind of embodies, is you figuring out ways to get really creative. And I know a lot of the artists that we're going to have on the show, they've had to be very creative. Have you ever had a situation where you've had to be creative because you're broke?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I'll probably say for me, right out of high school, I would just start editing videos on the side. I had a lot of friends that were on the football team, and I would just edit their reels to send off to colleges, and they just like pay me like $30 just to edit their reels.
The hustle gets really real when you have to figure out your art and you have to put it out there and compete. So shout out to all the indies out there, the independent people who are trying to keep their music and their art out there with very little funds. I share your pain, I know it, but that's why we created a show like Underground Swim, so that you get a platform so you can perform and you can show your artwork, even though it's not in the mainstream world, because they don't really give us a large platform to do what we do. You got to have the right manager, you got to have the right label, you got to have the right funds. Most of the shows you have to pay for backline. Not here. we provide that for you so you can come on here and just talk and pitch and throw your stuff out there for people to see you, the people who really love you and they try to search to find you. So I am one of you. I am that kind of artist. And I've had the blessing to be able to be on the side of mainstream and the indie side. So I know what it takes and I understand what labels want from artists, but I think they have to also understand what it means to be indie and how important it is and what we're doing as well. So again, shout out to all the indie heads and all the broke people. You matter.
Shout out broke people.
Yeah, you matter. Can we listen to your favorite pick? I've had him always go and pick favorite artists that he likes, because 9 times out of 10 folks, I won't like it. This is true. Yeah. This is the truth. But I give him the chance to play something that I don't like and convince me if it's something dope. So what's your favorite of the week? Who have you been listening to?
All right. So my favorite of the week, I actually been
you
listening to this song.
You put your hands in the baby prayer and I
I'm
got
like
scared.
Hoping you love it. Like, you don't know. Like, it's challenging. You always give me crap about the songs I play. I've been listening to this song for the past 7 days. It's by Jarena DeMarco. This is called STFU. I hope you like it. She's from LA, but born in Dominican Republic. And
all right, shout out to the Dominican Republic. We're in a good place right now.
Yeah, really good. Let's see. All right, so take a listen. Don't judge.
I'm not judging. I'm coming with a open heart.
Anything. All right, here we go.
An open mind.
And let it go.
It's taking a long time.
It's taking a minute.
Listen, you need to just shut it. Don't even open your mouth.
Okay. It's an ass shaker. I like it. Did she says I have my Lisa Frank? I love Lisa Frank.
She's really dope.
I don't know, Josh. I don't know. Okay, let me tell you why I don't know.
Okay, why?
There are doper artists like MIA who give the same type of vibe. Princess Nokia.
Yeah.
There are like doper people who give the cunty type of fresh. The beat is dope.
You just feel like it's a little weak.
I feel like it's been done.
It's been done? Okay.
I only say that because, like I said, there's doper artists out that have this aesthetic. They give a doper vibe. Like Azalea Banks is another one that gives kind of the underground, like a mermaid type of cunt feel.
I feel like she's doing it. I like what she's doing.
I'm not a no. I'm not a no. I love that she mentions Lisa Frank.
Yeah.
I love Lisa Frank. If you don't know, if you're not you're like a 90s kid and you don't know Lisa Frank, you're a female, you're whack, because Lisa Frank was like the best colored. It felt like colors regurgitated all over your folders and your notebooks, and it worked. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about this one. Play another one. Let me see.
All right. So this next one, this is by this artist named Olu Bliss.
Olu
Have you heard
Bliss.
of that name before?
No. Olu Bliss.
He's a guy from Nigeria. This is a remix track with Liege.
Okay, let's see.
This song.
You're not horrible. You're just kind of semi-okay right now.
Semi-okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's take a listen to this. This is me all day.
Oh, God.
So you already know.
Okay.
Come on. It's gonna hit you.
You give me songs with 75-minute intros, and I'm like already out of...
Yeah, it takes a minute, though. This song is 18 minutes long.
The quiet and silence of the crew and the faces of like...
You gotta wait for the build-up.
We're trying to root for you.
You gotta wait for the build-up. You gotta give it time. Yep, see? Here we go. He's like alternative soul with like pop symbolism. He's really, really good. I love him a lot.
You know you love him a lot.
I do.
We know you love... This shit sound like a circus.
Don't say that, because the producer,
Leach, a circus intro.
Leach Kell, he actually co-produced Kyle's I Spy, and that was a big hit with Lil Yachty. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is really good. I like it. You don't... Okay. All right.
You gotta come better than this, bro. Like, this is like, you are...
You know what?
I'm a no, folks. Okay,
This is a no?
Yeah, no, this is a no. what I'm saying is you got like, okay, so look, elevator pitches are important, right?
Yeah.
When you're showing somebody some good stuff, you gotta get like, it gotta be out the gate. It gotta catch you. Like I have to wait 35 seconds for a beat to come in.
That's out of the gate.
You said the song is 18 minutes long.
It's 18 minutes long. It's a long remix. I kind of like that. To be honest, I didn't listen to the whole thing. I stopped at like 19 minutes. Not 19, like 19 seconds into it.
What do y'all think?
Done. That's
y'all on my eyeball level. Would you listen to this getting ready to go to McDonald's?
I think they would.
Would you listen to this getting ready to go to Walmart?
Yes. Who goes to Walmart? We love
I go to Walmart.
I love Target. Target's dropping their prices.
You sound like you love Target. This song sounds like you love Target.
Very Target, right? Just shopping, yes.
Okay, folks. So that's the faves of the week. We're a no on. I'm a no.
Okay.
If you're with him, you might be with him. There probably are people who love him in the chat room. That's dope. I'm glad you love it. We don't. You suck. It's fine. I don't like it. Let's get into what's trending.
What's trending?
What's trending?
What's trending, Don?
Yeah. What's trending? What's trending in tech, anime, and what's the other one? Trending in tech, animation, and what's the last one? Gaming.
Yes.
Gaming, folks. What's trending? Okay, let's start with tech. If you don't know me, which you probably don't, I love Bjork. I think Bjork's incredible. She's amazing. Let's talk about it. She's just released a visual called The Gate. Her song called The Gate. It's incredible. Bjork has never let us down in the digital world. I feel like she is constantly innovating, constantly moving things forward. The Gate is no exception. Visually, it's incredible. The coolest thing about this visual, first she uses her director, Huang. I love him. She's worked with him in the past. He's incredible. But what makes this a unique visual and a unique video is that the dress, it took Gucci 870 hours to create the dress on this video.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Like 870 hours. But if you watch the video, you'll really watch it. It's amazing. The augmented reality, like the choices in this is just incredible.
What's that stuff around her?
It's fairies, it's life, it's beauty around her. She's creating beings that are are surrounding her. It's awesome. You have to admit, like, you haven't seen anything quite as beautiful as this. It's so gorgeous.
It's taking a minute to get into the song, Don.
I'll punch you. It's Bjork. It can. Wow. Just wow. When I dream, it looks like this.
Oh, that scares me.
Does it scare you?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's like a prism of glass and diamond. Everything is right with the world.
My healed chest transformed into a gate where I receive
Hands.
love.
Do you understand what that was just now?
She's just having fun. I don't know what she's doing.
Oh my God.
I really don't know. It's a ball.
This is the dress that took 370 hours to make by Gucci.
Wait, this dress?
You don't see that dress?
But 870 hours for that dress?
Well, you have to understand it has to be translucent and it has to fit the light that it's doing. And the mask, the amount of detail. Look at that.
Who's this?
Look at that.
I care
They're passing around love.
Oh,
You don't have love in your life.
I see you're not passing love. You should try that.
for you, care for you. I care for you, care
Oh,
for
they're just
you.
playing catch.
Yes,
Back and
with love.
forth.
Look at this dress. It's like a snowflake.
Splits into
Very well done.
many parts.
I think it's beautiful.
That's a big.
Let
Yeah.
you don't.
That's
Well, I don't really care what you feel. I love it. Let me tell you why I think this is incredible. I had the opportunity to go to Bjork's actual digital. She had an experience where you could see VR and you go throughout each room and you kind of experience her entire process of her last album, Vonacura. It was incredible. I mean, it went from interactive VR where you were actually present to listening to her entire album through a sound room where you stood in the room and you could listen to speakers, about 7 to 10 different speakers surrounded you, and you could feel the sounds bounce. So they would tell you to walk within the room and listen to it in different places. What I appreciate about Bjork is she's constantly pushing you as the listener to hear and see the music. And I feel like we lack that now in music today. And it does take time and it does take, money to do it. But I think she does a really good job at always coming out and being on her own lane and doing her own thing. And it's always in the digital world and it's always pushing it forward in the tech space.
it is.
Oh my God, whatever.
It's nice visuals. That's I'm a little asleep with that. I like my other song I played earlier.
Oh my God, the
that song is
blasphemy of what you're saying is so crazy right now.
Sleepy.
Get out. You're done. Underground Swim no longer has DJ Jacko part of it. What are you talking? Anyway, Bjork, we love you. And those who get you understand what you're trying to do. I'm a huge fan of yours. I think you are constantly on the pulse of tomorrow. And I'm a fan of it. I think that The Gate is brilliant. She says she's in a place where she's in love. And Vonacura was about her divorce. So in this place and in this space, she describes love and shows love in this way. Bjork, you're awesome. Jock does not matter. He lives in bubble baths. So how could he ever come where we are in the clouds when he's constantly in a bubble bath?
I can do that in my tub.
Moving on. I hate you for this. You lost. I'm so hurt that you don't love Bjork like I do.
Don't worry.
Anyway, moving on. Let's get into anime. Jaden Smith. I never thought I'd hear this name, Jaden Smith, in the same sentence as anime, but he's in an anime that Netflix has taken on. It's called Neo Yokio. And the lead singer, the frontman of Vampire Weekend, Ezra Koenig, is the one that he wrote this. He designed this. It's getting weird, not good reviews. But I think it's kind of cool, the thought process. Look at it. It's Neo Yokio, and it's basically an anime New York. And they kind of touch on this post-apocalyptic New York, whereas half of it is underwater, and they're being possessed. The people that are possessed are kind of the new aristocrat versions of themselves in this place called Neo Yokio.
Okay.
Did you check it out?
I checked out the trailer.
How do you feel about it?
It looks, I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty cool. I don't really watch a lot of anime, so I will see. It's on Netflix. I will check it out and let you know how I feel. The only thing that's stopping me from really watching it is Jaden Smith. That's the only thing.
You don't like Jaden?
I have like this weird like love-hate relationship
God.
with Jaden Smith.
Jaden, we're sorry.
Yeah, love-hate relationship with him.
Why is it a love and hate? Is it because of his persona? Is it because of what he tweets?
What he tweets. That I jumped off.
I feel like
ship.
his character kind of embodies that, right? Because he, they kind of show New York in this way where I think they play on the reality of kind of like the social hierarchy of New York.
Yeah.
Do we have a trailer? Can we check it out? Oh shit!
Neo Yokio.
Neo Yokio is the greatest city in the world. It is a diverse labyrinth of cultural and architectural innovation.
That is definitely Drew Law's voice.
Busted.
Of course, whenever a city becomes the envy of the world,
She's possessed? That sucks.
problems are bound to arise.
Kaz Khan, we need to discuss a matter of national security.
We've seen a dramatic rise in occult activity.
You have a sacred duty to protect the city as well as our family name.
Okay. I told you to clear my schedule. I'm grieving the death of a relationship.
Oh dear.
I don't know.
Don't you understand? You need to work to support your wretched lifestyle.
Oh, look! It's Neo Yokio's second most eligible bachelor.
Yo, we gotta teach these old money fuckboys a lesson. You can't give Archangelo the satisfaction, B.
Win, lose, we'll all be equal in the grave.
I'm surprised you don't wear more
Yo,
black,
look at those
Kaz.
names.
Aren't you
Susan
prone to
Sarandon,
melancholy?
Jude Law. It's big
Oh,
names.
I wouldn't say that. I have a generally cheerful disposition.
Hi, Casimir.
Slayer of demons.
I can see you, bitch. You're wearing a black tuxedo against a midnight blue sky, and it's sparkling. The city's on high alert. It's a perfect storm.
Coco Chanel, may her memory be blessed.
Did you say Coco Chanel?
Can you feel the synergy, Kaz?
Yeah!
No, I feel no synergy.
Whoa. So that's Neo Yokio. Look at the big names on this, man. It's kind of in Susan Sarandon, Jude Law. Like they put all the they pulled all
That's a lot.
all the horses in there. It looks kind of great. To be honest, they've gotten not so good reviews. People wish it had a little bit more action. They feel like it should have had more of an adult feel.
Yeah.
But this leads me to my question with you. Do you feel like mainstream networks are trying to catch up with anime? Like they're trying to hurry up and realize that anime is something people want?
I would say yes. You look at Toonami and what Toonami has done.
I feel like
for
Toonami
anime.
built the whole structure.
Yes, and now Netflix I would never picture today Netflix to just have an anime series.
Well, I just read that 2018 they're trying to take over anime. They're trying to do a whole pull for anime on Netflix. So
yeah.
shout out to Toonami.
Yeah.
Yeah, for showing that the culture is real and that people need it. And yeah, that's Neo Yokio. I don't know. We'll check it out. Which moves us to gaming.
Gaming.
This is an interesting story. I think this is funny. So with the digital age being what it is, you would think that digital and online and tech would be the leader and the driver of gaming. But in Oxford, UK, they're saying table games are at a rise. And when I mean table game, folks, I mean Monopoly. I mean board games, Battleship. Like,
come on.
It's a thing. Get into this. It's a place called Thirsty Meeples where people meet as couples and they play team games. Whether it ranges from
name
them.
again?
Thirsty Meeples is the name.
Thirsty Meeples?
It gives off nipply. You think nipples, right? You think milking nipple. Thirsty Meeples is the name of it.
Come up with that name.
Yeah, they play board games and they come by the couple and they say, this couple that owns it, they say that it's booming over there. You pick different board games and you work together, whether it's saving the world or building these ideas. They use teamwork in game and with the board games.
Thirsty
So I'm
Meeples.
asking you guys, would you go as a team and play games rather than play on your online digital games that you play? What would be the game you play? I love Scrabble.
I love Monopoly. I love Monopoly. My favorite piece is the race car. I used to hate getting the thimble as a kid. I would never play. I hated the thimble. What? Okay, what? What you gonna do now? What? You don't like Monopoly either?
I love Monopoly. I think Monopoly is great.
Yeah.
I can't get into the board games, folks. I'm sorry. I want to play PS2. I want to be able to play online. I don't see I can't see a team of us playing Scrabble and Monopoly as
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not there anymore.
No, you gotta get out. There's this place here in Atlanta called Joystick. They have board games. I go there with my friends. We get
You
drinks.
look like you go there.
To me, I prefer it because I love the human interaction.
Yeah, you look like you do.
Instead of just sitting in the front of a television
Yeah.
playing the game by myself. I like to talk and interact with my friends. So that's me.
People who don't love Bjork do that. That's what people who don't love Bjork do.
Hey, it is what
That's
it
what
is.
they do. They're not. And you look, and that's exactly how that song you played sound. That first song, that's how it sounded.
That's what you listen to, Don.
No, I don't. That's what you're playing. That's it for What's Trending.
What's trending?
That's it for What's Trending. What's trending? What's trending? So my favorite part of the show is coming up. We get to introduce our guy, my favorite guy. I'm so proud of what New Orleans and the type of talent New Orleans brings to the table. I think we're slept on. When I first started making the band, when I got in the line for it, there were no pop girls. The only person that we had coming out of New Orleans or Louisiana was Britney Spears from Kentwood. But that was it. Everything else was rap. Wayne, Baby, Master P, that whole No Limit and Cash Money vibe was the only thing we had coming through. But I knew we had more to offer beyond just rap and jazz. There is an EDM, there's an electronic, there's a pop culture in New Orleans that I think people sleep on. So I'm so proud to be able to bring another person of a kindred spirit on, in our basement, and let's talk about the great things that come from New Orleans. So if you don't know him, get into his sound. This is DJ Leonce. DJ Leonce in the building. What's up? He's so swagged out, y'all. He's so chill. He talks at one level. It's very chill. Thank you so much for coming on and hanging with us in our basement. You got a lot going on. You do, because you just released Heatwave 2, which please, for people who don't know you, because normally we have people in that at least have been on Adult Swim singles, or they've been like kind of on the post, but you're kind of starting out new on Fate to Mind. Please tell people who you are and where you come from in your sound.
Well, my name is Leonce. My full name is like Leonce Nelson, but as like my DJ name and artist name, I go by Leonce. And I'm just like, like your average black gay guy from New Orleans. I like to produce a lot of different types of music and a lot of different styles. R&B is definitely like one of my favorite types of music. And like bounce music, like us like coming from there, like, it's just something that was just like always there, like those records like drag rap, like Trigger Man and Brown B, like those was like, if you was a DJ in New Orleans, like you had to have those like those records, because like if you was like playing music and then you just like threw that beat on there, then like
it's over.
That would like somebody from New Orleans, they hear that and they like
handstand, booty in the air, done. They don't realize it's a culture.
If you got New Orleans in your blood, you hear them beats and you just get up and you just start shaking and you're like, oh.
What it look like?
I don't know.
Like, yes. How did you get with Fade to Mind? Because Fade to Mind is such a dope group of people. Mm-hmm. How did it even come about?
Well, it started from my relationship with Kingdom, just like meeting Kingdom through like the internet. Kingdom. And you too, especially like, for both of us, it like kind of goes back to Kingdom. Like he's been around in the scene for like, like a really long time.
He's a
like,
vet, yeah.
Yeah, just like pushing club culture like to the next level and just like, giving so many like underground artists you know, like, yeah, like a platform.
Did
to
y'all
like,
meet in New Orleans, or y'all met? Where did y'all meet? Like, how did that even happen?
We actually met through like Twitter or something.
Oh, you was like,
just
hey.
Yeah, just like the internet. Like, you know, like it wasn't even on like any type of like, oh yeah, like let's work on music. You know, like we just kind of like just started talking to each other, and then I think like a year later I started sending some like demos and stuff to him, and just to like, you know, see if he wanted to like play it or anything. And yeah, then like he like reached out to me like a little bit later after that, and he was like, you know, really excited, you know, to like sign me and stuff. So and yeah, then after that it just kind of like continued, and like I finished up my EP like Insurgency like in the meantime. And yeah, like around the time I was like doing the artwork and stuff, I was like still kind of needed that extra like push for like touring and stuff.
You didn't want to tour? You don't like touring?
No, like I do, but I just like at the time I was like still finishing up my record.
Yeah.
And you know, like like the artwork and stuff takes so long, so I was like, you know, I wanted to drop something earlier, like, you know, just to get people excited, but not to like, you know, not to be like, you know, this is like, you know, my original stuff or nothing. But that's where
right?
Yeah, that's where Heatwave came along.
Yeah. It's really cool because I think people need to understand like the influence of what it means to have bounce music within each record, like what makes you special for Fade to Mine. Why is it a choice for you to keep that bounce music present in each thing you do, whether it's one record, whether it's two records? You always make sure of it, and because of it, didn't Jonlee, Beyonce's dancer, even do a dance to it because it's so real? Why keep that culture present in your music?
Yeah, I mean, like to be from New Orleans is like, you know, when you grow up there and like, you know, you see everybody like drinking so much and like partying so much that like you kind of like take that like for granted, you know, like because like not everywhere else in America is like, you know, so free, and just like, you know, you kind of have to start going to like, you know, Europe or something, you know, to start seeing like people like, you know, that really late night like all day like party culture and stuff. And yeah, like it's just something that's not very like understood like across the world. Like people don't understand that like you know, like jazz music came from New Orleans, like, and jazz music is like, you know, that's like the foundation
of everything.
Yeah, like jazz was like the first club music, you know, like, you know, so like to have a city that's like so old and like has like just over the years just continue to give so many different like artists and like, you know, like Cash Money.
Yeah,
like,
that influence of No Limit,
like,
Cash Money.
That shaped the rap industry for like the next like 20 years or something.
Yeah, absolutely. They stole that culture and they fell in love with it.
Yeah.
I feel like the same thing with Atlanta. I was just saying, I feel like they, you know, they love it so much that they kind of take it and mainstream it.
Exactly, yeah.
But they forget, like, I think the biggest thing that I hate is that people think New Orleans is just one-sided, right? That we only have jazz, we only have R&B, but we have a dance culture, we have an electronic culture, and I think artists like you, you're paving the way for people to see something beyond just, you know, what they think New Orleans has to offer.
Yeah,
you know?
That's definitely what I want to be. Like, I feel like especially with Southern culture, people focus so much on like, you know, the typical cliche aspects of like, you know, trap music and like, you know, like the more like bounce and stuff, but like they don't know that like also there's like, you know, young underground artists, you know, that's like trying to take those genres to the next level, like, and like, you know, queer artists like in New Orleans and Atlanta. Like, you know, in New Orleans, like bounce music is basically like queer music, you know.
I mean, and we didn't have, you know, how people were so slow to appreciate queer culture. We've all,
exactly.
Some of our biggest artists were trans, were queer, like whether it was Katie Red, what, like we didn't look at them like they were huge where we were coming from. People weren't afraid. We weren't afraid of the transition and the fluidity of our culture.
Yeah, like for us, like it was normal, you know, like, and like not every culture is like used to, seeing us be like, you know, so
free.
open and like, you know, and especially with bounce parties, like, you know, before the 2000s, like, you know, bounce was like, you know, the more like mainstream thing in New Orleans, but like after the 2000s, like bounce was like, if you did bounce, then you were like gay, basically.
Yeah.
Because like it was the culture shifted. So like now it's like, you know, the straight like artists in New Orleans, like they don't really do bounce. Like,
why is that? Why did it shift?
The shift, I guess, was just because like it's so popular too amongst like the queer culture in New Orleans. And like, I don't know, just the straight, you know, attitude of like, oh, if you make like a hard dance record, that like you must be gay or something. Culture. Yeah.
Do you find that it's harder being gay and a DJ in this present time, or do you feel like you guys have a lane and an acceptance, or do you feel like it's still a bit stigmatized and it's still a bit like held away from mainstream culture?
I would say that being gay in a DJ is not necessarily as bad as like being like trans in a DJ, or like,
wow,
you know, being like trans and like an artist.
You feel like trans culture has it the hardest in the sense that they can't.
Definitely, yeah, because like trans people have like gave us like, you know, gay rights and like, you know, like the ballroom scene and like, you know, like trans people have just contributed so much
to the culture. The balls are amazing, like the choice, like the things
that
they've created,
just like worldwide, like
amazing. And people are taking it. They're taking it and not even acknowledging that they're getting it from the trans culture.
Yeah.
How do we shift that? Like, how do we change that dynamic? Because I feel like Fade to Mind does a really good job. Like the setup in the entire camp is such a ode to queer culture, and I feel like you don't put it out there. You don't have to put it out there, but you guys support it in every way, in every shape, and it's done so fly and so diversely. How do you, like a label like you, how do you guys open up the spectrum so people can understand that exists and that it needs to be acknowledged?
Well, I would say like Fade to Mind definitely has a strong following too amongst like the queer community, and also, you know, we have like, you know, people like Mike Q, like he leads like the ballroom scene. He's like absolutely amazing, and like runs Queen Beat, which has like a really amazing roster of like artists, like Diwali Severe.
Yeah, I love Diwali Severe. So
he's actually a huge fan of your music.
I'm a huge fan, and I wouldn't have even known him had I not been a part of the Fade to Mind family and started to do my research. But he actually did my remixes. The remixes that I did for my Infrared EP that I did with Fade to Mind.
And
he was one
so
of my
good.
favorite. He was one of my favorite remixes that I did. So big shouts out to him. Love him dearly, and that's why I feel like I have a huge queer following too, and I love them, and I feel like they're so undervalued. So I do whatever it takes to like really make sure that it's present within my own staple. But I think Fade to Mind just does a hell of a job doing it, and I think it's present that we talk about it more and more, and we acknowledge that people understand like club scene and dance scene comes from queer culture.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So the raves that you're dancing in, and you have to know where it comes from. It's not just them. So we need to show love to those DJs and to that culture way more than we do.
Definitely.
What's next for you? I mean, Heatwave just came out. What's the next project? Because I know you're touring, and I know I want to get Jock to ask you some questions because he has a favorite song that he wants to talk to you about that you've done. But I kind of want to know what's next for you in the sense of touring, because you've been like moving now.
Yeah. This year I did my first world tour. I went to London, which was amazing. Like people there are so nice. Like the music and like the love of music in London is like really strong. Like, and that was good to see. I played in Leipzig, Germany also. This techno party.
Yeah.
And I played at like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like really crazy. Then I went to South Korea.
How was that?
Seoul. It was amazing.
Did you feel like it was dangerous at this time?
I played at Cake Shop.
South Korea, like.
Have you heard of Cake Shop?
No.
It's like the best club in South Korea.
I've never been.
Yeah, it's like the sound is just amazing. Like the vibe is just like great. Like the people are just so open-minded.
I gotta go. I've never been to South Korea.
Yeah, you have to play there.
Yeah,
you should definitely perform there. And then after that, I went to Shanghai.
I've been to Shanghai. I lived in Shanghai for a month.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That must have been so difficult.
It was
just
so
to get
different.
around.
It was so different. They're a different beast over there. They drink like sailors.
Yeah,
like
they do. They do.
Like, yeah, it's a whole different thing. That sounds exciting. Like you're moving. Jock, what you got?
Oh yes, man. You have like literally took songs and remixed them, and like your remixes are iconic. AF.
Oh my God, thank you.
Seriously, like SZA, The Weeknd. I wanted to know, how do you go by selecting songs to remix?
I guess like my friends give me some ideas, like, you know, cause like I'll ask them like, you know, what songs they're into lately, and like they'll be like, oh, you know, check out this one, and like, you know, some underground hit or whatever that like, you know, I probably would have missed or something, and then like I'll see like stuff that's like on the blog, so like, you know, that's just like kind of popular, and also like I just have moments where like I'll be like in a car, like a cab or something, and like I'll just hear like, you know, something crazy on the radio.
This is the one.
Yeah, like I've had that moment so many times, and I'm just like, as soon as I get home, I'm just like making a remix, like, you know. So yeah, I try to just like really only do the ones where it feels like where it feels natural, you know, where it feels like it needs that kind of certain touch to it.
Yeah, that's 7th Streeter. Been a minute. Featuring August.
Oh, you like that one? Yeah.
That one, that's like my favorite song right there.
I did that in LA when I was like downtown. I think like last month or something.
Why you picked that one out of all her songs off that album she dropped?
I just like the flow of that one, and then like it's like the been a minute.
Yeah. What it look like?
With the bounce, like yeah. So like I try to do ones that have like a certain rhythm. That's like
that's the New Orleans in you. It has to have cadence.
Yeah, because like, you know, when we hear it, like it's gotta just have that flow, and like
I'm trying to tell y'all, it's a New Orleans thing. They don't get it.
Yeah, we just know how to do it. You know, like when you go down there, as soon as you flip the radio on, you
hear the drum.
You hear like they mixing, they DJing. Like every remix is like unreleased remix or something. You know, like. So that type of stuff, like when I tell people, like especially in Europe, they're like, wow, that's in America, you know, like they almost like can't even believe it, you know, like
we're fly.
Yeah.
Shout out to New Orleans. I had another question, and it's kind of on the tech side. I've been working with Pioneer. I love the Pioneer DJ set.
Yeah.
What do you feel the software that you're using now in DJ? Do you feel like you prefer digital, or you feel like vinyl's fading slowly but surely, or do you feel like digital still lacks the sound that vinyl does?
Well, I mean, I learned to DJ on vinyl too, you know. Yeah. So like vinyl is something that always has like a certain special like place in my heart, because to be able to like to mix like the two like black, you know, pieces of wax, you know, and like at the same tempo, and like, you know, scratch and like all that other stuff is like, you know, that's a very like lost art, you know. Like I love to watch
digital these days.
I love to watch like the old videos or like the DMC like championships, and they're like you know, mix so fast, and like just like how deep like DJ culture got for a minute, you know, with just the pure technique of it. And now it's like it's much easier, it's more accessible, but like now you see kind of like less, I guess, variation between, you know, how people mix, because it used to be like if you could DJ in your area, and you know, if you lived in like an area that wasn't a very popular area, you know, you could make like, you know, like 800 or something like a night, you know, and you know they will only be able to call you because you could mix, so you could mix so good, and like, you know, you could like, you would bring so many hundreds of records and like program the night a certain way, and like, you know, like if you could really like blow somebody's mind back then, that you could like, you know, that
capitalize
was just
off that. So
But I like it now because you can do like the flash drive and like, you know, like,
digital has saved us a bit in that sense.
So to have that, to be able to run to the airport and only have to have like a flash drive and
it works.
Yeah, because we have so many airport moments as like DJs and artists and singers. So it's like to be able to like just, you know, get up and go.
Is it easier? I have one more question, and then I'm gonna ask you to christen our basement, just because we would like you to. But what's are you going to do the next project that you do? Will it be similar to remixes, or are you going to actually build on your own sound and have features come in and sing? What's the next hurdle for you?
Well, I'm definitely gonna do like another EP thing. I wanted to do like maybe not remixes, but just, you know, like the original stuff first.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I just kind of had like all of this different stuff like after I did my first record, and like I've been working on like new stuff that's like,
it's bomb, by the way. I've heard some of it because I've been working with you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, just like working on so much different new music, and like I wanted to do like an album, but like, so, you know, to do an album and to give it like the quality that you want, it's like just kind of takes a while, you know. So right now it's just kind of like EP focused and like touring. Like in the meantime, next month I'm going to Berlin and Amsterdam.
Berlin. I think they'll love you in Berlin and Amsterdam. Berlin has a DJ scene out of this world.
It does. I went to Berghain for the first time.
I played Berghain too. Loved it.
Oh my God! I was to see you perform in Berghain.
It was so fun. It was so fun. It was so crazy. We had a 9-foot triangle that I had to build on my own. We bought this big ass LED 9-foot triangle, and I had my dancers in my band. It was nuts. It was nutty. I hope.
Oh my God.
Did you love it?
Yeah, it was just.
It was so good.
I loved it. Yeah, I was in there for like so long.
It's a good vibe over there. It's a good vibe.
Yeah, the guys are very, very hot.
Where can people find you?
The music is amazing.
I say that because you're new to this game, and I think they should know who you are. So where can they get in touch with you so that people know how to find you?
I'm pretty much just Leonce on everything. Leonce on Twitter, Instagram. SoundCloud is DJ Leo ATL.
Perfect. Christen us, please. Play for us, please.
Yeah.
Let's do it. You guys, this is Leonce. I said that on purpose. I said Leonce on purpose because he hates that. Never say Leonce. His name is Leonce.
Now you the catch my shot. For your sake, I go touch you. Yeah. We go drive around for my Porsche. Baby, pana, they say you like you all. I got you all. Baby, pana, anywhere that you go, I can follow you to go. Baby, pana, they say you like cassava, I get to pick cassava. Baby, pana, my love for you, you never die, you never die. If I ever, oh baby, if I ever, baby you too sweet, if I ever. My baby dance to the lagwaja. Make a take you to Babalada. If I ever, oh baby, if I ever. Baby, you too sweet, if I ever. My baby dance to the lagwaja. Oh, make a take you to Babalada. So love is a beautiful thing. Can you dey cool my temper? Love is a wonderful, tender feeling. You dey give me ginger. So baby, dance. The beauty in your eyes, they give me life. Oh, oh. I could give the love the thanks. So what you say, for the sake of love. Oh, baby, leave it about you.
Just remember, when you come see us, it's for us, by us. See you next time, you guys. Thank you, Leonce. You the shit.
Now you the catch my shot. For your sake, I go touch you.